Welcome, everybody. Thank you for everyone who's come to this exciting second airing of a Hangout via the unHangout platform, thanks to the folks at MIT Media Lab. You'll get a sense from this that the title unHangout, inspired by an unconference, gives you the chance to connect to a topic area that's of interest to you. My name is Sam Dyson. I am the director of the Hive Chicago Learning Network, one of several learning networks that were inspired by the MacArthur Digital Media and Learning Initiative. And this unHangout conversation is a kickoff of a series of conversations that are happening in connection to the Connected Educator Month throughout the month of October. And like many good ideas, this is a convergence of several different conversations. The focus today being about learning through making, and that theme being picked up later this month in a series of geekouts on Hangout.com that will be youth-led conversations and interactive make-with-me sessions where we invite youth and educators to learn about learning by making, to open the hood, to look inside the black box, led by teens themselves talking about makes that they've done, what they've learned, and leading participants in making their own creations. That'll be later this month, but for today, our opportunity here is to listen to a collection of great experts talk about making in particular contexts. And we hope you have already signed up for the session you want to be a part of as soon as this intro is over. Christina?
Hello, everyone. Let's see, I had to find you again. Hi, everyone. This is Christina Cantrell. I'm from the National Writing Project, and I'm really excited to be here. We're kind of all under what I would call sort of a big tent of an educator innovator initiative. And this is a collaboration between Hive and Hangout Geekouts, which is a new beta forum that we'll get to see this month and play with a little bit. And the National Writing Project, which is a network of educators, a peer-based network, and we're all working together to facilitate this series called Learning Aloud Geekouts, I think is our official title. And Sam just told us a bit about that. And we wanted to make this part of a larger event called Connected Educator Month. Connected Educator Month is also part of the Educator Innovator Initiative. What we all share in the Educator Innovator Initiative is that we're all networks of networks, and we're working across formal and informal learning environments. We share a common commitment to network and production-centered and interest-driven teaching and learning, and I've been thinking about a framework called Connected Learning. So that's sort of what brings us together here, and Connected Educator Month itself is actually happening throughout the month of October. These exciting events are going to happen during that month. And if you go to the Connected Educator Month website, you'll also see a series of many other events and opportunities across the country, and it's really a month-long exploration connecting online networks and communities together to support educators, both formal and informal educators, in connecting. And we're really excited to have this opportunity to connect around making, and really excited about this opportunity to work with youth and mentors and educators from Hive and Hangout. So thank you for joining us today. I would want to also say that we're using an unHangout tool. So Drew, I don't know if you want to give us a little bit of context about this unHangout tool. This is also a collaboration with you guys at MIT Media Lab.
Sure. Thanks, Christina. Yeah, so the platform we're using today is called unHangout, and Philip Schmidt and I and Srishti Setzi at the Media Lab have been really interested in trying to build platforms that create sort of small-scale peer learning opportunities. We're really excited about the scale of education on the web and the kinds of resources that can be shared. But we want to build tools that complement that sort of broadcast style with the small-scale group learning that we think really powers things like the maker movement and powers many of the educational experiences that we value most in our own lives. So the notion with this platform is that it's a way to hold events like this where we can have a kind of lobby. That's the space we're in right now where everybody can chat, say hello, see pictures down the side of all the people who are in the session, and then have a list of breakout rooms along the side. And those will be the sort of small groups that you get to interact with over Google Hangout in a somewhat more intimate way. So that's the arc of the event. We'll wrap up these introductions. We'll have the session leaders speak a little bit about what they're going to be talking about, and then we'll jump into the breakout sessions. You can jump around between them if you like, or you can stick in one and sort of get to know the people in that room, whatever works for you. All right, I guess we should hand off to the session organizers.
Yeah, do we want to just, we were thinking that all the session organizers would introduce themselves and talk about, just give you a really small window into what the little sessions are going to be about. And then Drew can give us instructions about how to break out into the little sessions. After we're done the little sessions, we'll come back into this main Hangout space and do a little debrief at the end. Diego, do you want to kick us off with introducing yourself and your group?
Sure. Thanks. Yeah, I'm Diego from Maker. We make 3D printing. We're trying to get involved a lot in education with 3D printing and everything. And behind me is my shop. We have an actual walk-in Pasadena store for 3D printing that people could come in and we actually do classes and things like that. So that's us. We make 3D printers, and we try to get involved a lot in the educational community and the makers, like working with Tara at the LA Makerspace and everything. So, thanks.
Great, thank you. I was thinking left from right, so maybe Howard could go next.
Okay. Hi, I'm Howard Rheingold. I'm facilitating the Arduino unHangout. I also host the Arduino Geekouts at Imago. This is an Arduino. Costs about $30. It enables you to do all kinds of cool things like make lights blink and sounds and motors and robots and sensors, and here's a little piece of art that I made using Arduino. So I'm sort of a beginner myself, and people of all levels of expertise are welcome.
Great, I'll just go next. I'm Kylie Pepler. I'm here at Indiana University, and I'm an assistant professor of learning sciences. And so I look at how people learn, but particularly recently I've been looking at how people learn around e-textiles. So looking at wearable computers, you know, replacing a lot of what you might explore in robotics with soft thread and conductive thread and other materials. And so in our unHangout today, I think we're going to be talking about and debugging maybe projects you're going to bring to the table, talking about why you should bring this into your school or after school space, and just generally answering questions that you might have about wearable technologies.
Great, thank you, Kylie. Laura, do you want to go?
I should probably unmute myself first. Hi, I'm Laura Hilliker. I work for Mozilla, and I work on a project called WebMaker. And my main goal is to teach the web so that everybody can participate in super awesome things like this and learn from each other, no matter where you are in the world. I am calling in from Germany right now, and it's almost 11 p.m., so I'm going to excuse myself if I make really ridiculous errors while I'm coding tonight. But in the WebMaker Hangout, we are going to code a page with HTML and CSS. And if we have a little bit of extra time, maybe we'll throw in something snazzy with JavaScript.
Great, that's exciting. Let's see. So Mimi, is that you? Did you join us?
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, nice to see you. We're introducing the small groups. You're not leading a small group, right? So we can come back. Okay. Maybe you could talk about Hamago in a moment, but if Rick Rose went next, maybe that would be great.
Yep. Hi everyone, I'm Rick Rose Roque. I'm a PhD student at the MIT Media Lab and a member of the Scratch team. And during our session, we'll talk about Scratch, which is a programming language for anyone to create interactive animations, stories, and games, and then share them in an online community with over 1 million registered users from all over the world. We share projects every day. And we'll talk about how to get started or diving deeper with more advanced topics, or discuss ways that you might support others to use Scratch in the different settings that you're from. But all in all, it'll depend who shows up, and I look forward to talking with you all.
Great, thank you so much. And Mimi, I'm wondering if you want to just welcome, and we're exploring these ideas of Hamago. Maybe you could give people here who might not be so familiar with Hamago just a little sense of what that means and how it relates to these geek outs we're trying to do.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I'm Mimi Ito. I'm Research Director of the Digital Media and Learning Hub at UC Irvine, and I'm just really excited to see this experiment unfold. We're working with the folks at the Media Lab to try to develop opportunities and online supports for the kind of learning that we really are trying to support with connected learning, and this is the first time we're really trying to unite the work I've been doing with Tara Brown and our team at UC Irvine around the Geek Outs and the unHangouts at the Media Lab. And I think, you know, I've been doing research related to young people's informal learning for a while, and while there's tons of learning opportunities on the internet, I mean, this has been one of our big findings from our research. We really found that there was a gap in the ecosystem around learning that was youth-driven, informal, peer-to-peer, but also intergenerational and connected to learning institutions and educators and parents and expert hobbyists and a lot of different fields. And so this effort to build these online ecosystems that have the hanging out, social learning, the ability to tinker and mess around, as well as the ability to geek out or go really deep into areas of interest. This unHangout / Geek Out session is really exciting for me because it's an effort to put those principles and what we've learned from our research in practice, and I'm really just thrilled to have this incredible group of people here working on this together.
Great, super. So unless anybody wants to say anything more, I was thinking maybe we should get started with our little Hangout Geek Outs. Any last words before we dive into the small groups? And I would just tell everybody that in the chat room and in the main group that we'll show you how to get back to the big forum so we can have a little debrief at the end. Okay, it sounds like we're ready to go. Drew, do you want to let everybody know what to do now?
Sure, yeah. So if you haven't already, press sign up on the session that you want to attend. And in 1 second, I'm going to start them all. You'll get a dialog box that slides in that says your session is now starting, and then you can click join, and it'll pull you into the Hangout with all the other people who signed up for your event.
And for everybody
we need to
here,
click this first, right?
Yeah, for the people in this, for the session organizers, you'll need to drop out of this Hangout. You can just go ahead and do that now if you want.
have fun, everybody.
All right, see you on the other side.